It might sound too philosophical, acting, or acting, unacting.
You've lost me.
Bruce Lee, the iconic martial artist and film star, transcended his roles on screen to become a global cultural phenomenon. His rise to fame was meteoric, driven by groundbreaking films like The Big Boss, Fist of Fury, and The Way of the Dragon. Lee introduced Western audiences to a new archetype of Asian masculinity, strong, charismatic, and defiant of racial stereotypes. However, his untimely death in 1973 left many of his dreams and those of his fans unfulfilled. Years after his death, speculation still runs wild about what or who caused his demise. When Bruce Lee's tomb was opened after 50 years, the world was shocked by the findings. Before delving into that, let's explore the life and legacy of Bruce Lee. Bruce Lee's philosophy and martial arts innovations. As a trailblazer in both martial arts and film, Bruce Lee revolutionized how martial arts were perceived and practiced in the West. He introduced a new philosophy of fighting that blended various martial arts styles, which he called Jeet Kune Do. This innovative approach broke away from traditional rigid forms, emphasizing flexibility, efficiency, and directness. Lee's dynamic presence and extraordinary skills captivated audiences, making martial arts mainstream in Western culture. Through his films, he showcased not just physical prowess, but also the deeper philosophical aspects of martial arts, inspiring countless fans even years after his death. His quote, "Be water, my friend," encapsulates his philosophy of adaptability and resilience. Lee often spoke about the importance of being flexible, formless, and able to adapt to any situation. This metaphor became a guiding principle in his martial arts practice and his life. The Green Hornet era. Recognizing the growing tensions and limited opportunities for Bruce in Hong Kong, his parents decided it was best for him to move to the United States to claim his citizenship. This move would inevitably lead him to the greatness he commands today. But how? After all, Hong Kong, not the United States, was his home. Let's find out. Bruce Lee arrived in San Francisco in April 1959 and initially stayed with his sister Agnes Lee. He soon moved to Seattle to continue his education, balancing his studies with a job as a live-in waiter at Ruby Chow's restaurant. During this period, his brother Peter also joined him in Seattle. Lee began teaching martial arts, developing his own style called Jun Fan Gung Fu, which combined his Wing Chun training with his personal insights. His early students included friends and enthusiasts in Seattle, among them judo practitioner Jesse Glover, who became one of his first students. Bruce's associate Taki Kimura took on the role of assistant instructor, leading to the establishment of the Lee Jun Fan Gung Fu Institute. After completing high school at Edison Technical School, Bruce enrolled at the University of Washington in March 1961, focusing on dramatic arts and philosophy. By early 1964, Bruce's path took him to Oakland, where he partnered with renowned martial artist James Yim Lee to open the second Jun Fan martial arts studio. With groundbreaking demonstrations at the 1964 Long Beach International Karate Championships, Bruce proved his mettle as a seasoned martial artist. He showcased his extraordinary speed, power, and innovative martial arts techniques, captivating the audience and martial arts community. One of the most memorable aspects of his performance was his exhibition of the one-inch punch, where he demonstrated his ability to generate tremendous force from a very short distance, sending his partner flying backward. He also performed high kicks, rapid strikes, and his famous two-finger push-ups. Though the Long Beach International Karate Championships were not a competitive event in the traditional sense, Lee's demonstrations were a resounding success. They significantly boosted his visibility in the martial arts world and led to important connections and opportunities. Among the connections he made was Taekwondo master Jun Gu Rhee, often called the father of American Taekwondo. Rhee was deeply impressed by Lee's skills and charisma, and the two became friends and mutual admirers, exchanging ideas and techniques that enriched their respective martial arts practices. Bruce's newfound fame extended beyond martial arts events to American television audiences. From 1966 to 1967, his role as Kato in The Green Hornet made him a household name, showcasing Asian-style martial arts on mainstream American TV. Collaborating with co-star Van Williams, Bruce redefined on-screen combat with his dynamic style. Created by George W. Trendle and Fran Stryker, the show centered around Britt Reed, a wealthy newspaper publisher who fights crime as the masked vigilante known as the Green Hornet. By day, Reed runs the Daily Sentinel, but by night he dons a mask and, with the help of his partner Kato, battles criminals and corruption. Bruce Lee starred as Kato, the Green Hornet's sidekick and chauffeur, marking his first significant role in American television. Kato, a highly skilled martial artist, was instrumental in the success of the Green Hornet's crime-fighting efforts, often taking on multiple opponents with his impressive fighting techniques. Despite its relatively short run, the Green Hornet left a lasting impact due to Bruce Lee's memorable performance. Though the show was not a commercial success at the time, it later gained a cult following, particularly because of Bruce Lee's role. Years later, The Green Hornet was remade as a movie in 2011. This modern adaptation starred Seth Rogen as Britt Reed and Jay Cho as Kato, updating the classic story for contemporary audiences by blending action and comedy elements. In this version, Britt Reed is a wealthy playboy who inherits his father's media empire and decides to become a crime-fighting vigilante. Kato, portrayed by Jay Chu, is once again the highly skilled martial artist and brilliant mechanic who helps Britt in his fight against crime. The film explores their partnership and the development of their vigilante identities. Controversies surrounding his death. Bruce Lee's sudden death in 1973 sent shockwaves through the world, sparking numerous theories and investigations. Initially attributed to cerebral edema possibly exacerbated by overexertion and heat stroke, alternative hypotheses, such as hyponatremia or foul play by Chinese triads or martial arts rivals, have circulated but remain unproven. Some even speculate CIA involvement due to Lee's cultural impact. Despite these theories lacking concrete evidence, Bruce Lee's legacy as a global icon remains unparalleled. His influence transcended cultural boundaries, popularizing martial arts and pioneering action cinema, earning him the title Father of Mixed Martial Arts. Legacy and final resting place. Bruce Lee's funeral in Hong Kong drew thousands of mourners, including celebrities like Shirkin and Nancy Kwan, while close friend Betty Ting was notably absent due to emotional distress. Linda Lee, his widow, attended dressed in white, escorted by Raymond Chow. The funeral home was adorned with tributes and a larger-than-life movie poster of Bruce. Inside, amidst solemn rituals, Linda and her children paid their respects to Bruce in a somber atmosphere captured by press photographers. Bruce Lee was buried in Seattle, chosen as his final resting place for its significance as a place of happiness and his educational beginnings. Decades later, tragedy struck again with the death of his son, Brandon, buried beside him after a fatal accident on a film set. The Lee family's graves at Lakeview Cemetery continue to attract visitors, honoring Bruce Lee's enduring legacy beyond film, challenging stereotypes of Asian masculinity and leaving an indelible mark on global culture.